I know, and I'm scared. I've forgotten how to. I don't know how to be like, hey, this is infinite nonsense, and we're going to talk about, shut the hell up, you stupid webpage, and we're going to talk about things today that are like, oh, totally random and normal. Anyway, I'm Somebunny, and this is my pals Rabbit Hat and George 2D.
Hi. What's up?
Anyway, I don't see. This is what I mean. Like, I don't know how to talk about this. We're just going to be talking about things. But George, how was your day? How was your week? How are you doing? Are you doing anything cool?
I've been pretty good, and not really. Just chilling.
Wow, enthralling answer, Rabbit.
I had a 4-day weekend, and it was the longest weekend of my life. It was so glorious. I got to
Nice.
stream at weird days and hours. It was so nice.
Wow, enthralling answer. Anyway,
Oh,
no, continue. Do either of you have anything more to say? Like,
No, that's pretty much it.
I feel like I'm
I
being
had a
bullied
jump
here.
scare at one point where I thought
Oh?
I'd be working more than I initially. Right. I remember what I did on Monday. I got to go into work late at 10 in the morning instead of 8. And
10 in the morning?
yeah, 10 in the morning. Because
the reason
there
for
was
that?
there's an event that was going on that my organization was hosting, and I was going to be a cameraman. It's part of the reason why I was really late for my stream on Monday, like starting it at 10 at night. Because the event that we had lasted for 4 hours after normal time that I leave, and since I'm an hourly worker, that 4 hours I got to also put to coming in late on Tuesday, which was also really nice. I got to be able to sleep in, and yeah, it just really messed with the whole week. But the jump scare that I had was there was another event that was going on in our community that we were live streaming for Saturday, and then potentially I was to be given that video file to be built within a 3-hour time span to be a 2 or so minute long video, but we could not figure out what to do with that video and to what direction that the video's purpose would be. So I would be kind of blind if I had to be building it. And then I was told at the end of Thursday, going, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do it or not. I'll be in touch with you. And it's like, cool. Friday comes and almost goes before I'm told, yeah, we're not gonna be doing it for Saturday. We're just gonna do a live stream for the event and then be done with it. It's like, thank God. I don't have to worry about doing extra work on the weekend because I have a lot of other things that I was shuffling around. But yeah, that was my jump scare, and I was kind of holding my breath and a little nervous leading up to Saturday.
That's wonderful. So wonderful.
Yeah, it ended on a good note.
Yeah. The event
one-
was sad, but the note was good for me.
Yeah, the note was good.
Yeah. Anyway, George, Rabbit,
Zoom.
can you name me an animal that starts with the letter B?
Do insects count?
Is it an animal?
I don't know.
It's in the animal
Are you
kingdom.
counting it as an animal?
Insects are animals, Rabbit.
B.
I fucking hate you so much, dude.
Probably
George,
me probably either be. Can I pick one? Just one?
the animal that starts with the letter B.
Beaver.
Beaver. Yeah, that one's going to Rabbit. And can you name me a country that starts with the letter I?
Ireland.
Iran?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now can you name me an animal that starts with the letter D?
A what? A what?
Dolphin.
D, as in dog.
Dolphin.
No, but I mean, what was the proper noun? Animal. Oh.
You also just gave us an answer. You said dog.
Well, if anybody, yes, I.
So
will
dog
there, I
doesn't
gave
count
you an-
anymore. Gotcha.
Dog,
Dog
doesn't count anymore.
A dolphin.
And
Then.
George already got an answer out there. Okay,
Yeah, that's
George.
true. That's true.
Would you rather have a time machine or a teleportation device? And why? Tell me.
Teleportation device.
Okay, but why?
Because I can.
Really? You're just gonna not elaborate? What would you do with it? Why would you want
I
this?
mean, you said if you want, I could explain, and I'm explaining it because I can.
Yes, sir. Yes, but what would you do with it? I asked you what you would do with it. Yeah, because I can is not an answer to that question.
Teleport around.
I fucking hate you guys so much. Rabbit,
Like,
what
I'm
about
answering
you?
the question. I mean, I don't know why you're getting so
In the
mad.
most basic of ways, yes, you are, and
That
I
is an
hate you
answer,
so
though,
much
isn't it?
for it. Yes, and it's in the most basic of ways, and I hate you for it. What are you not understanding here? Rabbit, what about you? Please, save me from this hell.
Okay. So the question of time machine or teleporter?
Yeah.
And why?
All right. I would go with time machine, and for no other reason than I can use it like a teleporter, but I can also be able to visit past events and stuff and be able to see what went on, or even check out future events to see the consequences of my actions.
I'll give you that one. That's a take I don't normally see. The seeing the consequences of your own actions in the future, but also at the same time, would you be able to see the consequences of your actions?
Yeah.
Just to some degree, but at the same time you wouldn't, because you would no longer be a part of anything after that. So you would only see the direct consequences of everybody else outside
reacting
of that
to my actions. And
Yes.
If my action resulted in nothing going on, then it was fine.
I'm just saying you wouldn't be able to see the following reactions if you were needed again to interact within this this activity.
I would
That's all
be.
I'm saying.
Well, I could be, because
You
I could
be,
see.
but then you would be tainted, and the future would change yet again. So you would no longer
Yes,
have
and then I can go into the
expectation.
But then I can go into the future again
then
to
you
see
just
what
end up in a
that
loop of
consequence
that.
was. Yeah, it's fun.
And it's just horrible.
It's like a video
I mean,
game. Because
it's
then if I really screw up, I can just go back before I did that initial
Oh,
response and change that.
Oh no, I hate this. But can you change it though? Are we talking about, like, if you go back in time, is there already a you there? Are you acting upon your own body when you're in the future? Like, are you still you, or is the you that would have been there and you not time traveled still be there?
Well, you said it's a time machine, right?
Yeah, we just said time machine. We never gave any
Yeah.
clarification to it. That's why I'm asking. It's like,
Yeah.
how do we want to run this?
Well, I would probably. So the way I'm thinking of it is a little more along the lines of the branching pathways of how time works, rather
Okay,
than
yeah.
like the Marty McFly way of time travel. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So, but I'm also kind of throwing it into the same way that it would be for you some. Where, because I remember we talked about time travel before, and you mentioned that with timelines, if you go back in time, change something, and you go forward in time, you're going to be in that timeline rather than going back to where you started from.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's right and wrong at the same time, but yeah. It's right for all intents and purposes. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's a very fair. It's a fair methodology to be looking at it here.
I assume, did you want me to give you a real answer?
If you wouldn't mind, yeah, that would be quite nice.
I wouldn't mind,
Rabbit,
but I'll do it.
Rabbit, George. Anyway,
All right,
yeah, no.
so-
This, if you can't tell, the entire theme of this episode is me just got to be asking you different would you rather's.
No, that's fine.
I'm using
So-
a generator for this.
That's
I'm
okay.
not coming
Would
up
you
with these.
rather
That's
have
okay.
an animal that begins the letter B?
Okay, first of all, that was to determine who I asked first.
Oh, okay.
And George just absolutely tanked that.
Yeah, I didn't answer the animal with the letter D, so you know,
It was based on who answered first.
fair.
So you didn't need to. It's fine.
What's some
George?
All right. So, the reason I would pick teleportation and not the time machine is because I wouldn't want to change anything. If I were to go to the past or whatever, I wouldn't want to relive anything. I would just want to be able to get to places that that I haven't seen before, like, different countries, different, places and stuff. And also, like, if I were to work or have to go somewhere for work, I wouldn't have to travel, like, by plane or go through any kind of travel crap. It would just be, all right, I just got to go to, to LA. All right, boom, I'm there. Cool.
All right, but what if we put the stipulation on that you have to have been there before?
Okay, that's fine. Just pay for it once and never have to pay for it again.
That's completely
That's
valid.
True.
Yeah.
Be a very expensive hobby in the short run. In the long run,
Yeah, long run, I'm cool. I'm chilling, because
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: teleportation device. Can I, if I've been there, but if let's say my girlfriend or wife or whatever hasn't been there, can she come along, or does she have to be there first before she can be brought along?
That's
I got a
That's a
better
good
question. I got a better one. Does the device have to have been there to record the location?
We're going to work under the assumption that the device is biologically installed within George.
Okay.
Okay.
And the same thing with you, Rabbit.
So it has to be a time that I was a part of.
No. When I say biological, no, we're not doing that stipulation. For your stipulation, I'm still trying to come up with something just to see if it would change your answer. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. To be fair, that is actually a really interesting time machine thing I've seen before, was that it has to be a time when you were alive and you would in fact inhabit your own body. So, like, if you time traveled to when you were a baby, you'd be a baby. Yeah, you'd have all your memories, but you'd be a baby.
Start over fresh.
Yeah,
Make
that is
sure I
also a
make better
methodology.
choices.
Buy Bitcoin early. But George, how about this? We will say you have a 6 foot by 6 foot cube of space that you can designate that would go with you, and it does not have to have been there before. Anything outside of that space would have had to have been there.
Okay. Then yeah, definitely. That would be awesome, because I would just travel everywhere up front, right? Pay for everything. Then if I ever have a family or want to bring
I meant
my
6 foot
parents along.
cubed, not just 2 by 2. No,
No,
6 by 6.
I know what you meant. That'd be really awesome too, because they just bring anyone you want with you to wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Obviously assuming you've been there before, but if I went to Italy, came back, I'm like, you know what? I want to bring my friends. I want to bring Soom and Rabbit with me. Then
Cringe.
bam, I just bring you guys with me.
There we go.
Okay. Now, I really can't think of any good stipulations to add to the time machine. Because that honestly, I gave George too much there when I said that. 6 by 6 space that has to have been there before. And that's all you can take with you. But you designated each teleporter, teleportation.
Yeah. That, every time you teleport, that's the sound you make when you disappear.
That's the noise. Just every single time. Either that or it's a nice little.
I'd rather have the pop noise. Please give me the fucking popping
No.
noise.
Yeah, that's a stipulation that would get George to switch. It makes the woo.
Yeah, and if it's made by you, I would definitely go with the time travel.
Oh no, it
100%.
would have to be made by me. Absolutely.
Time travel then. Switching over.
Well, yeah, the biggest upside to the time travel thing is the fact that you can use it as a teleporter. You just set it to the destination that you want to be in a couple
that's actually
seconds
the stipulation I was looking for. Was it only teleports travels you where you are. You don't choose a location. You choose a year, a time.
Okay. Then
so if you want to be in Europe in the 1940s for whatever reason you may have,
I'll have to travel
to
Europe
be in
first.
Europe.
Yeah.
I hate that I immediately chose that time frame in that location. I was trying to look for anything but that, and I still ended up on that.
What time was it that you were mentioning?
I don't want to go to Europe during
1940s.
1940. I would not want to go to Europe during that time.
1940s.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
I mean, that's
Well,
why I
there's
was like trying
specific
to look for
locations
anywhere
in
else.
Europe that I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be. That's
More
true.
specifically,
I mean-
1944. Middle of Germany.
1941.
Well, the craziest part is not everywhere in Europe was in the strife. So there's some places in Europe that'd be okay.
Yeah, no, it
Terrifying,
was just
but still okay.
yeah. I was just trying to avoid that time frame and general location, so I just really fucked that one up.
Is what it is.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it isn't.
Bro could have easily
Exactly.
said 1990s Europe. I mean, just completely fine.
Could have just
Yeah.
said like 1800s Europe
The
too.
year zero.
Year zero. And my
Year
boy
zero
JC,
in
what's going
Europe.
on, homie?
Year
what if it
zero
was in year
Antarctica.
Yeah, year zero in Antarctica.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
Soom
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to tame a mammoth for some reason.
Damn.
Yeah, like your little, like your horse,
What?
your mount.
Why is George talking about mounting?
Oh my God.
I
Talking
don't
about
like
horses, but you know.
I mean, arguably even worse.
All right, we're changing the subject again.
Yeah, George, would you rather have a lovely house or a successful career?
Career.
Of your choosing.
Career.
Okay. Any logic behind that?
So define successful for the career.
Successful is a point in which successful. How? Actually, that's a very good question. How do
Because
you?
that means different to other people. Some people will think this job is, I'm successful because it's happy, makes me happy. I'm successful because it makes me a lot of money. I'm successful because it's the position I wanted. I'm successful because it's the company I wanted to work for. There's different leaps and
That's
bounds.
actually, I was
for
going to
success.
say, how would you define successful? Is I think the better question here, because I can't define successful for you.
Yeah.
This is a question based on you, and I did say of your choice, essentially. So, how would you define a successful career, George?
Great pay, flexible hours, and remote.
You okay? Okay.
Basically what I have now. So, yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you that you have a successful career as you're speaking.
Thank you. But I mean, like, again, it's different for a lot of people.
Yeah. Like for me, I would be happy so long as I have enough money to, get by and feel comfortable.
And do the things you like doing. Being able to afford that. Yeah.
Not even necessarily like being able to do everything I like to do. Just sometimes, Just sometimes. Anyway, Rabbit,
That's me.
my friend,
Here we
my
go.
Friend.
compatriot, my colleague,
Mhm,
my
mhm.
I feel afraid to say the next word. I'm not going to say the next word. Would you rather have a lovely house or a successful career? Dream home or dream job, essentially.
Dream home or dream job. So so basically the stipulation I'm assuming is if I have the dream job, I can't get the dream home, right?
Yeah, that's very, no, that's going to be it. No dream home, even if you have the dream job.
Okay. All right. I'll go with dream job.
Interesting.
Very, very simple reason. The reason why I would go with a dream job over the dream home is because I would be able to make enough money to live, and I'm fairly comfortable no matter where I do live. And if there's problems with the house, I could go and pay to repair the issues. It might not be my dream house. It won't be like the perfect house for me that I've always wanted, but I mean, it would be something workable. And then with whatever job I'm doing, I'll have a shelter. I'll be able to sleep. I won't be too fussy about it,
See, this is interesting. This is interesting. Hearing you both say dream career, dream job kind of situation, you know? That's interesting to me.
What would you pick, Some?
I would
Yeah.
pick the house.
Really?
How?
The problem here is I never want to live alone.
So the dream house has to come with a companion?
A roommate, yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, along that line, the dream home would be big enough to the point where on a normal day, if we really didn't intend to, we wouldn't run into each other. So, like, it's a weird situation.
So you want a house that comes with another person inside the house,
no.
but
Yeah.
but both you and that other person do not interact. So it's like a really
No, not that we
big
don't interact.
house.
That it would have to be kind of intentional that we interact. You know, like 2 kitchens, two basements. You know,
Yeah,
2 basements. Why two
two
basements? Why
basements,
2
yeah.
basements?
Because you got to make sure that there's no tunnel connecting the two, and so it's soundproof, right?
Yeah, gotta have a place to live.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Just got to
but
put some
genuine-
mud
like,
in there.
It's just that kind of situation where it's like it's big enough that like we're not on our regular routines really, not gonna run into each other, but not really interfere with each other.
Okay.
You know, or like a kitchen big enough where you could have 2 people cooking in it, and not really like 2 stovetops, two shitsies. You know, decently sized everything. You know, you remember that day we were looking at housing, that big old mansion down in Florida. Well, is it like $50 million, 23 bedrooms? Yeah, that one. Let's go with that one. That was so bad. Why were we doing that?
I don't know why you were doing that. I don't know why we
You
were
were
doing
there.
that. And you were there. And you were there. I was doing that because I was very curious as to
We
the
we just
richest
ended up on
houses
housing.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's one that is a nonsensical why are these paired together one. You ready for this?
All right. Okay.
George, would you rather have superhuman strength or be able to read people's thoughts?
Superhuman strength.
Interesting. Why? Why? Tell me more. Tell me your thought process here. Tell me why you think.
Let us read your
The super-
thoughts, George.
Yeah, let us hear your thoughts so we don't have to read them, you know?
The reason is because, for one, it's evasion of privacy. 2, I wouldn't want people looking into my head. 3, people's opinions, people's thoughts, I really don't care. Like, more so about me. And I think there are things better left unknown. At least in my experience. At least with super strength, I could do a lot of good. I could help people, save people, you know, that kind of thing. I think there's just a lot more pros than cons with super strength than there is with mind reading in general. But I think that's just the aspects that people don't take account for. You know, yeah, it's cool I can read your mind, but it's like, and you have to ask the question: is it like always on? Like when you walk by somebody, do you hear their thoughts?
Well,
or
I mean, that's the kind of questions you ask me, the mediator in this question, George, you know.
yeah, but unless otherwise specified, I have to assume all these leaps and bounds are with everything.
You know, no. You'd be able to selectively listen, you know.
Yeah, but even
So
then,
if
I
you
still
want to
don't want
listen
it.
to the guy in a coma because you were trying to rob him and accidentally hit him with a car and now he's in a coma and you need the passcode to the safe or else you can't get the money to survive the mafia, you can read that guy's mind.
I would just break open the safe.
No. It's unbreakable. You need the passcode.
So I can lift a car, but I can't break open a safe.
I didn't say you could lift a car. I said you hit him with a car. You ran him over.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of driving, Joe?
Vroom,
Sorry.
vroom. You
My
can
mind was on the
rebuild it.
super
You can
strength.
hotwire it. Well, that's being super
Well, yeah,
smart.
but-
That's not being
You know,
mind
it's
reader.
superhuman. Here's
Rabbit.
the thing. Superhuman strength just means you have the strength of 2 men. You know, it doesn't necessarily
At a
mean that you're,
minimum,
like,
at a base minimum.
I was assuming it was like Superman strength.
Yeah.
yeah, you were, see, that's what you were
okay.
assuming, and I'm assuming here. You don't assume things. No.
Oh, it's
I
because
do
you didn't.
that.
You said any limits though.
You're right, I didn't. You need to ask for limits sometimes, George. Sometimes you gotta think like, hey, how much is this strength? How strong am I? Superhuman or Superman is kind of where I was at too. Don't worry.
Yeah, from my
I like
understanding,
everyone's go-to is Superman, though. It's funny.
Well, to be fair,
well,
it's,
his name is Super. So
and if you say superhuman, people tend to correlate the two.
They correlate to
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, love that.
For me, when it comes to the whole super strength debate thing, it's the bare minimum is whatever peak human strength can potentially be. You got to go a bit beyond that. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say 1.5 times that essentially.
Yeah.
And that is in all forms of strength, because there are different methodologies of how do you measure strength, because there's leg strength and upper body strength too. Some people can lift a fucking car with their arms alone. Some people can do it with their legs.
True.
With just enough strength to hold the weight with their arms. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane the variances you can see in strength.
There's
True.
also those cases of like that stories of, there's a car that flipped over, and the mother's child's in the car, and the mother will literally lift up the car.
Yeah,
Yeah. The adrenaline rush. Yeah.
It's crazy
yeah,
strength.
adrenaline is a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, humans can do a lot with the strength that they currently have. It's just because it literally tears down your body if you push it too far. Most people can't do it.
How about when we say superhuman strength, we mean the upper limit of your own strength then?
Well, that's
Rather
what I'm
than
saying
it-
is
well, and that's where I'm
beyond human potential strength.
And I'm saying if we're going with superhuman strength, we go with the limit of your own upper limit at the time. You can continue to grow and be stronger by working out and such, but your upper limit for your adrenaline rush strength that is tearing apart your body, but it won't hurt you. It kind of limits here.
So become My Hero Academia's Deku. That's what it was.
Yeah, in trash taste land, yes.
Trash taste land.
Trash taste land. All right.
But yeah,
My
no,
Hero
that
Academia trash taste.
yeah, it is. Terrible show. No, it's an all right show, and but yeah, no. Honestly, I think that's a reasonable limiter. Rather than superhuman, it'd just be super you.
Superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman. Would you still stay the same, George? Would you still use your own upper limit of strength, or would you switch to mind reading?
I probably use my own superhuman strength.
I actually do kind of like that idea, though. Just being able to use your own adrenaline-fueled strength or whatnot without worry. Because that does mean you
Yeah.
have room to grow, still.
It means you
There
got
was
And you would still
regeneration.
be exceptionally strong, too.
True.
There was a moment where I thought I had a Spider-Man superhuman for the first time moment. Like I don't know if y'all have seen The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, but when he first gets
Yes,
his powers,
the best Spider-Man.
I agree, objectively the best one. When he first gets his powers, right? He goes to the whole moment of like, how strong am I really? And then he tries to they try to open stuff, but he opens he turns on the faucet. He breaks the handle off, and he tries to open the drawer, and he rips off the handle. And it's like, what the heck? And he's freaking out because he's super strong now. That exact same thing kind of happened to me. I was cooking in the kitchen, and I opened the drawer next to me to take out like the spatula that I wanted to use, and the freaking handle came right off, and I was like, what? And I just stopped for a second, and I'm like, hold on. And for a split second, I thought I magically gained like super strength or whatever. Then I realized, oh, it's just a loose screw.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna lie, it's happened to me too. Not with a pot or pan kind of thing, but like with a door handle. So the cabinet doors where they got the stationary handles and you just kind of pull them open and close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one day I went to go and pull it myself, and it just popped right off. I'm like,
Rabbit secretly Superman. Got it.
Luckily, it was just the fact that the screws were very old and they kind of just were stripped out, so we just had to replace where they were, and it worked fine. But still, it's just, my God.
I've been forgetting to write down scoring for this.
All in your
It's all right.
mind.
All right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and close the notepad I had open.
Closing the notepad.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Oopsie doodle.
That's interesting. It's always fun to accidentally, damage something. Definitely fun.
True.
I mean,
That's what rage rooms are all about, right? Purposefully doing that accident thing?
yeah. Actually, we had one in the local mall that then was there for, literally 3 weeks and then moved out.
Got really expensive, I'm sure. And they weren't making the money back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rage rooms,
But also-
while therapeutic, I can imagine costing so much money. The amount of items that are shatterable. Dear God.
Yeah, it depends how you setting up the rage rooms too. If you're looking at it you got 15 minutes to do your do, or if you look at it as you can bring this shit. This area is yours. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends how you do it. Because 15 minutes, that's going to cost you a lot of money. Giving them a zone where they're like, hey, this is what you get to break, that's a little bit different. That'll be
True.
less expensive.
I guess? Wait,
Hey,
what?
depending on how you do it, yeah.
Because I'm
For some
thinking that
people,
it'd be expensive because all the items you have to purchase to be smashed and broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got to repurchase them.
Yeah, I'm
Granted-
talking about the same expenses. I'm talking about how you would, try to
But
limit
with
the
15
cost.
minutes.
Well, 15
Yeah.
minutes is
Would
going to
probably
be the more expensive option.
cheaper, because if you could just have unlimited time, it'd be more expensive.
Well, that's why I said you have this space. The things in this space are yours to smash. I.e., we've given you 10 bottles
I
to
get what you're
break.
saying. I
Yeah.
see. You
Limiting
got 15
the
minutes to
object-
break this limited amount of items.
No. I'm saying there are two options here. One is
Oh.
you give them limited items. The other is you give them unlimited time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm saying the limited time one
unlimited
would be more
items.
expensive, typically,
Yeah.
because you can just start smashing shit fast.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Not everybody's gonna just see how much can I break.
Well, there's
But yeah.
also bulk buying, and you can buy
Yeah.
things from the dollar store. Easy
Thrift
solutions to
stores
that.
sometimes have cheap shit,
Yeah.
depending on if you're going for furniture and shit too. Because furniture, I think, would be fun. I know damn well furniture is fun to tear apart.
Yeah. I remember watching a movie that had some guys beating up a
printer.
printer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked really
Yeah.
fun.
Took my stapler. Anyway, rabbit. Before we get too
Yeah.
distracted anymore, I want to know: would you rather have that superhuman strength, or would you rather have the reading minds?
Honestly, as much fun as it would be to have the super strength, I would have to go with the reading minds, because it would be a helpful tool to navigate certain conversations and what is okay and not okay to say in certain conversations. Now, I could see the downside to the mind reading, and that's if there's limitless potential to it, you can get a headache from the overstimulation from everyone if you have no control over it.
See, my thought of the negative would have been you reading into somebody's mind and then accidentally saying something you shouldn't know.
Saying something I shouldn't know? Yeah. Oh, I see what you're
And
getting
it
at.
kind of starts to get into sketchy territory of, how do you know that? Are you stalking me? Are you doing things you shouldn't be doing? Who told you that? You could ruin relationships very easily if you accidentally overstep things.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you got to be really careful with what you say. And I try to be, but
I don't think.
You don't think, therefore you are?
No, I do not think. Yeah. Dude, we're here again on another impromptu Bunny runs the episode. What do you want here?
It's true. It's true. I love what ifs.
I really do too, and I actually did intend this as a concept at some point, but I plan to have my own questions for it. But yeah, I did not prepare, and I had nothing else in my mind.
So you went to the What If website, which is cool.
So I went to a few random generators for these questions,
Okay.
And I got one that's really, really dumb up next. So I hope you guys are ready for that one. Got anything else to say about your mind reading rabbit?
Well, my mind reading rabbit is doing well, and I'm very
Can I
terrified.
have one of his feet? I hear they're pretty lucky.
What the
He probably already knows I'm going to ask now that you've thought about my question. So
yeah,
is he running?
it's just those feet are gaining extra luck because that's how you do it. You get them to run a lot. It's like static electricity,
Oh, it builds up as they hop. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's why there's only a limited amount of luck that a lucky rabbit foot can provide.
Yeah.
Because usually it's the slow runners that get them. So yeah.
And then
There's
that
not
comes.
much
That's the
distance.
lower quality kind. The older it is, the more it's had a chance to run around in open spaces and have a fun, fulfilling life. The luck is built up a lot more, and those tend to be the better ones.
Did I tell you I pet a rabbit named Noodle the other day?
What? You told us about petting a rabbit. I didn't know his name was Noodle.
Yeah, his name was Noodle.
Aww.
Yeah,
Did you pet his noodle?
That's better than the only joke I made out of it. So yeah, that's fine. Anyway, how did we end up on mind reading rabbits? Right, yeah.
Because I picked mind reading.
Rabbit. Yeah, you picked mind reading, and this guy picked superhuman strength.
Mind over matter. That's what they say, right?
Anyway, are you ready for the most beautiful of questions? But yeah, mind over matter. Mind doesn't matter.
Mind over matter.
Yeah, because your mind isn't matter. It's just electricity in your brain.
Jumping between two gray cells or whatever it is.
Yeah. Which is matter, by the way. Your mind or your brain is matter. Your mind is not.
Yes.
Which is
So
funny.
what's the next question? The next question
is,
curious.
would you rather have a cold or the flu?
What the fuck are these questions?
So who's answering first, or is it just anyone's?
It's
grab?
always George. It's always George.
George. Always
George
George.
answers first.
All right, George.
I want a
Always
cold.
George.
I wouldn't want a flu. What?
Yeah, that's why I was saying this was a dumb question. I'm not even asking for an explanation,
Why?
Rabbit.
Who would pick
Rabbit?
flu?
All right.
Rabbit, do
I-
not pick. Oh my God.
I would garner with George's response because he is more in tune with the medical field than I. So,
The only reason I could foresee anybody picking flu on this is if they have never experienced the flu.
I don't fully comprehend the difference between the two. So, the
Okay,
symptoms
so
just
I-
feel the same to me.
Okay, so I've only ever had the flu once in my life. And that was horrible.
Huh.
The flu is very different than a cold, I've learned.
Yes, it is. Like,
So it is quite
Influenza is
likely when
very
you're
different.
saying they're pretty much the same, you may never very well have had the flu.
influenza
Maybe.
is much different from the rhinovirus. I want to make that very freaking clear.
Yeah. Yeah. That was bad. I was unpleasant.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'll
yeah,
take
no.
your guys' words for it. I might have had it at one point and just don't know whether it was a flu
Yeah.
or not.
But yeah, the only reason I would see anybody actually picking the flu is just pure curiosity of, I've never had it. What's it like?
Yeah, and then 5 minutes in, they're going to be like, I regret everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The quite literal definition of the curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah. One thing I did learn about my younger self when I was Babu, was I ended up apparently having like scarlet fever and like a severe case of chickenpox when I was like 2 or younger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now
So-
you're here.
And now I'm here with. I barely ever get sick. I feel like because of my initial brushes with illness, death, I could, for lack of a better term, my immune system had to fight a stronger opponent and got stronger due to it, and I lived.
So, your scarlet fever, does that explain your scarlet beard?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I was infused with the scarlet fever that bled down to the bottom of my face.
It's better than the scarlet letter, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's a literary joke no one's going to get.
What, Scarlet? Talking about the Scarlet Letter?
Yes.
How is nobody gonna get that? That's a very
Rabbit just asked, what is that?
wait. Rabbit doesn't know.
I've
what the
heard of it for literary, but that's the most that I've heard of it. I don't know
Oh.
anything about it.
Oh.
Okay. You never read the book?
No.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
that,
read of
mean,
Mice
it's
of
fair.
Men.
All of Mice of Men? That's
I've
like
read
Stuart
of
Little.
Mice and Men. No, that's mice that act like men.
Who was the actor in Stuart Little? Who voiced the Stuart? I forgot what his name was.
I don't know. Who voiced
Uh,
Stuart Little?
Stuart Little.
Was it Michael J.
Voice.
Fox? What?
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
Michael
goodness,
J.
it
Fox.
was Michael J. Fox.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either. Wait, Steve Zahn was in it?
Yeah, Steve Zahn was Monty.
Huh. Neat.
Oh, James Woods was in the movie? My man.
Hold on. Neat.
Wait, Tom Kenny was in it too? What? SpongeBob?
Sick, bro.
Apparently, a lot of big names, though, none of which I know.
All right, I
Name's
didn't know
Nathan Lane.
Mr. Zahn until I didn't know his name. I recognized his face.
Nathan Lane was the kid in Stuart Little.
I don't know what that means.
You know the kid that befriends Stuart Little? That's
Yeah.
Nathan-
Are you
the
talking about
actor's
George
name.
Little? That was Jonathan Lipnicki.
I thought that was
Yeah.
Nathan Lane.
No, I'm looking at the character.
Oh, it was Jonathan Lipnicki. I'm sorry, yeah. Who did
Wow,
he
that's-
Snowbell. Oh, he was shit. It was
Snowbell was the
Snowbell?
cat.
There we go. Nathan Lane. Okay.
Nathan Lane was
wow.
the cat.
The cat.
How did he audition for that role? I'm a cat. Meow.
Meow.
They're like, yep, that's it. You got the job.
Oh. Yeah.
Ooh, Tara Strong was Brooke. Hold on. She's like one of my crushes.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Listen,
George
if you don't
Dean.
if you don't have a crush on Tara Strong, something's just, and you're a straight male, something's wrong with you.
I think something's wrong with George.
maybe.
Y'all realize she voiced like our entire childhood, right?
Yes, I'm aware, and that's why I'm worried about you.
She's a very attractive woman. Very attractive woman.
Okay.
I'm jealous of the man who, married her. Lucky man.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
will
not going
agree
to
to that.
deny that.
Yeah. But I'm going to say, okay. Okay, George.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I keep forgetting that I am the only, like, pretty much the one here that,
I'm-
is that
That
what?
freaky.
I guess Rabbit is just non that way at all.
Look, when I find
Geor-
someone that I like, I can appreciate body types. All that.
Here's the terrible part.
But crushes is, to me, it's like very strong. So
It's very funny. Last night, I was like, if I end up in charge of this, I'm going to be a piece of shit and say something about, like, we're making this one about relationships. And here we goddamn
made a joke,
All right.
and there you go.
made a joke to myself in silence at 1 a.m. And here I am.
What are we talking about? What the fuck?
Relationships.
Relationships.
But yeah. What's the next question?
What's the
I'm
next?
very curious.
What's the next question? Would you rather have the cold or the flu?
No, the one after that. I already answered that. We both answered
but
that.
it came up again.
Oh well, we answered that. So what's next?
Hey, would you rather be able to read people's thoughts?
Oh my fucking god!
How limited is this thing that you do?
Or be
So
able
much
to
for
read
a
the
random
future?
generator. You're
Would
like, oh yeah,
you
random generator.
rather
Same
questions?
Oh no, I have more. Would you rather live next to a graveyard or next to a haunted house?
Graveyard. Next question.
Graveyard or a haunted house?
We're just gonna plow through several now. Okay.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
me-
You know what? I'll
yeah.
go with graveyard. I'll go with graveyard. I'm with
So
George
that
on
I
that
don't
one.
like neighbors, so that makes me even better. So yeah, go on.
Well, you'll
get
have all
so
the more
many
if you have a
neighbors.
graveyard.
Not
Yeah.
physical, so I really don't care if they're ghosts.
I
or
They're
mean,
all
very
physical.
physical.
What do you mean?
How
They're
about
all
not
on the
alive?
ground.
There we go. They're not alive. There we go.
Okay.
Hey George, I know a secret about your local graveyard.
What about it?
No one living there is allowed to be buried.
No one living there is allowed to be buried. Next question, soon.
George doesn't get it, Rabbit.
Oh, I can't believe George doesn't get
Do
it.
you get it, Rabbit?
I can't believe George doesn't get it.
Okay,
Doesn't
neither
get
of
it.
you get it.
I was gonna say Rabbit doesn't get
It's
it.
because they're alive, George. It's because they're alive.
Oh right, Pet Cemetery, great movie. All right, next question.
Would you? All right, George. All right. Would you rather have a personal assistant or a housekeeper?
Personal assistant.
Rabbit,
Personal assistant.
personal assistant.
Yeah, because I can keep my own house.
What the hell is this question?
Oh God.
Would you rather be a god on an isolated island or an average person in the world?
A god
wait,
on an island, or what was the other one?
It's or an average person in the world.
Oh,
How big is
God.
the island?
Let's say it's about 40 acres.
And are there inhabitants on this island, or is it just you?
No, not currently.
There's just
You're
See, the
starting
god-
with
you-
yourself and the island.
yeah, you are a god on this island. Very,
You are a
very
god
much
of
like
nothing.
a civilization builder game.
Yeah. Either you try to draw people to this island and hope to God somebody lands there, or you create your own form of life to live there.
You mean hope to you? Because you are God.
You are a god.
Yes.
and you are the god of that island, so that's hope to
Yes.
you.
You are
Yeah.
omnipotent on that island.
Therefore, it would be hope to you then.
So then if
Oh,
you
it-
leave that island, you're just an average person.
In the world.
Damn.
I just
That's
need a
deep.
normal person. I'm not dealing with all that responsibility. Fuck all that.
Rabbit,
God,
what about you?
My son is
Uh,
dying. Well, tough shit. I got none.
Honestly, I would prefer to be an average person.
There you go.
And here I am. I want to play fucking Spore.
Yeah.
Well, weighing the pros and cons to both of those, the pros to being a god on the island, I would end up effectively being immortal and all-seeing on the island itself. So I could potentially see beyond all that, but I'd be so lonely.
Yeah,
And
it would
anyone-
be a very lonely existence.
And anyone else that I bring into there would view me as way above them, because I technically would be, but it would still be an extremely lonely experience up there, as I just kind of try to interact with people and everyone else just doesn't treat me like anyone else. They treat me like someone special, and I wouldn't like that.
See,
I'm
see,
uncomfortable
see,
with
yeah.
that.
I'm Mr. Spore Man. I'm creating my own life on this island.
Mr. Spore Man.
Mr. Spore Man.
You like playing the game Spore? Is that it? Is
I've
that
never
what I'm hearing?
played Spore.
What the? I want to be Spore Man. You played Sport? No. What are you talking about?
Never played it.
What is that game?
I think I played. I think I played the one for the Was it the 3DS or was it just the Nintendo DS? I don't remember. But I played a handheld version of one.
They made it on the Switch, right? I think.
I think there's a Spore version on the Switch. Yeah.
The PC, I know of. I know the PC
okay.
one.
Oh, this one's kind
I
of
think it's on Steam.
It's definitely on Steam.
Okay.
Because it used to be an Origin game.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Here's a good question. And the last question of the episode.
Thank God.
Would you rather be punished for a crime you didn't commit or have your friend punished for a crime you did commit?
The second one. The first one's actually happened to me in real life. It sucks.
So be punished for a crime that my friend committed.
No. Just that you didn't commit.
Oh, just a crime I did not commit.
Like someone
Yes,
robbed a
or
store
have
and
one
they're
of my
accusing you of doing
Friends get punished for something I did.
it. Yes.
So, as an example here,
Ooh.
would you rather be punished for a crime you didn't commit, or would you rather have George punished for a crime you did?
Yes, there you go. It's a good example.
I'm gonna have to. I'm between the two options. I'm gonna have to go with being the one that's punished.
All right, Rabbit, you win the episode. Congratulations.
Awesome. Cool.
Yay!
Thank God.
You both agreed. Rabbit wins.
Yep. I'm cool with that.
Wait. No. I mean, I'm the one being punished, is what I said.
Yeah,
But
you are being the one. Yeah. George wanted somebody else punished, and you wanted to be punished. There you go.
Oh, well.
You both agreed. Rabbit wins.
Yep. Rabbit,
Damn.
you win. Congratulations, man.
Yay! I'm being. Wait. I don't know how to feel about this.
Touche.
No, but yeah. The winner's speech, Rabbit.
Well, we have learned a lot of what ifs and a lot about each other. It has been an amazing time to learn. And I'm getting punished for it by becoming the next host. I don't know why this is a punishment. Can you guys describe to me why this is a punishment?
Neither of us like doing it.
I like doing it. It's just in the context of this, what Soom said, it's more like a punishment. Because of the question.
Well, I'm prepared
Yeah,
for whatever's
it's
next.
only contextually rated question.
I hope you all are ready.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. George, after that terrifying laugh, loser speech?
There you go. That's my
All
loser
right.
speech.
And this has been the funny infinite nonsense or whatever the hell we're called. Is that what we're called? That's what we're called, right?
Yes. Infinite nonsense.
Elaborate hallways. This has been elaborate hallways, and I will see you next time. This is George Man, Rabbit Sean, me. That's it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.